It's time for a show. And I'm fidgeting with the camera. Believe it or not, I sing a fair amount to myself. It's only because nobody's here that I'm willing to do it. So those of you that hear me sing once in a while, you should feel special. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Friday, June the 12th, 2020. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. There it is. Last couple days, I haven't had enough grounds in the coffee, and so I've been slowly ramping those up. I think because of the hand grinder, I don't think they pack as tightly. So I think I've been under scooping. I think there's more air in there, so I've had to kick up the amount that I use. So currently it's the tea strainer and the electric kettle at 175 degrees, and a heaping tablespoon and a flat tablespoon and a dash of salt. That's my coffee. It's my coffee routine. It's working. It's good stuff. Oh, we got a cat. Hi, cat. Are you going to be my co-host? Can you? I don't know if you can hear her. She's purring very loudly. She's very happy to sit on me. You're going to have to settle down if you're going to sit. It is Friday. Yeah, that's good. It is Friday. I'm very excited about it being Friday. This is how excited I am. Right? Yesterday was a good day, like a really good day. So I had a meeting that was supposed to happen around, when was that meeting? 12:30. And that meeting was with a martial arts school that I have done work for. Would you like a cat toenail? There it is. We will throw that out. And things went crazy. It was raining, and so their outside classes had to go inside, and it just caused some chaos. But we're meeting today. Well, my phone meeting today. But that created some space in my schedule, and I got a bunch of work done. And I went to the gym, and it was amazing. And I worked out in socks, because they don't care. And then I went to some friends and had tacos for dinner in late celebration for my birthday. And it was great. It was a really good day. I came home and put some laundry away and went to bed. I mean, what more could you want, right? Right, cat? Cat's happy because she had duck for breakfast. She's not a fan of the venison I bought her. So we have to cut the duck and the venison together, and it's a whole thing. Picky cats, right? Oh, you're looking at the cake. Look at the camera. She is the most photogenic animal I've ever met. It's really bizarre. In person, she looks all disheveled. She's an old cat, but something about the way her eyes come through on camera is kind of crazy. Oh, she's got this huge mat on her belly I wish I could get. Today, what's going on today? Today, client work. I'll be in the office. Only a few more days I'm going to be in the office. That office closes at the end of the month. And then I'll be back to working from here. It's been nice getting the opportunity to leave the house, but I do get about 3 hours a week back because I won't be driving. And not that I care so much about the driving. I like being in the car, but it's time that I don't get to do anything else. So maybe I have to institute drive time. Maybe I have to go sit in the car in the garage and listen to podcasts or something. Maybe I need to have my drive home. That sounds kind of silly, but for anybody who's worked from home, Maybe it's really not that silly. You probably get it. And then this weekend, porch is going on this weekend. I'm excited. We'll be digging footings tomorrow at morning, and then building the rest of it on Sunday. So I'm pumped. And at some point this next week, depending on the weather, well, weather would be on. I would check it on the phone. There's a warm morning. I might do the show out there. 12 by 12 deck, plenty of room. I won't be bringing the couch out. That's ridiculous. But I can certainly bring out rocking chair or folding chair. I've got a number of other chairs that I can use. And who knows, maybe I'll get some patio furniture. I'm gonna have to, because I want to use that. I want to use the deck. I want to eat out there. I want to sit out there. Oh, maybe I can work out there. Hey, don't bite me. Apparently I was petting her wrong. What else is going on this week? It's supposed to be beautiful weather, so I'm hoping to get outside, do something beyond work. Maybe go for a bike ride. What do you think? Yeah? Time for questions? Let's see what the questions are. Questions, the comments, the things that you all write in. Can I balance this on your head? No? And if you have something that you want me to respond to, drop it below. No, not that. This. That. And I'll respond to it, well, on Monday now. Can't say tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Remember when we used to do a show on Saturday and Sunday? Remember when I did a show every day? That was a crow. I did a show every day whenever I had my first cup of coffee. And the time was inconsistent, and it was crazy. We got jokes. Jokes courtesy of Frank, because it is Funday Friday. Shout out to Frank, as always, for keeping me well stocked with things to talk about. Appreciate it. The jokes for Funday Friday. Did you hear about the Nestle executive who got into trouble? He was in a real crunch. Did you hear about the candy CEO? Did you hear about the candy CEO everyone was making fun of? They were all snickering at him. There's a reason, there's a theme here, I'll tell you in a moment. Did you hear about the worker at the Kit Kat factory who caught a bunch of flack? He said, "Come on, give me a break." All three are Frank Wood originals. Frank's got a real knack for coming up with these. Not all of them that he sends in are original, but he sent me some over the years. Years that he made up that were just. I think what I like about your jokes is that they're clever enough that people don't groan because they're you're putting a slight spin on things versus what other people have done with these same concepts in the past. But they all still kind of follow the dad joke format, which I really dig. June is candy month. This is candy month. Hence, candy jokes. Growing up, what was your favorite candy? I didn't get to eat a lot of candy growing up. It wasn't a big thing that my mother allowed. I remember being really young and her having those sugar-free candies, those diabetic candies, in the nightstand by her bed. The little strawberry candies, I remember those. And then, I'm gonna flip this question a little bit. I don't know that I've ever talked about this. When I was a sophomore and junior, I sold candy at school to raise money for competitions. Actually, I think I have talked about this once. It just started, I don't even remember how the idea started. We were buying bulk candy, Blow Pops, Jolly Ranchers. Those were the primary. What else was there? And I had a gallon Ziploc bag of candy. Had to double bag it. in my backpack. And it was interesting, and it reminded me, even at the time, saying, huh, this must be how difficult it is to get started as a drug dealer. Because I would go to people and say, would you like to buy some candy? And they just looked at me funny. And I started to explain to people, I'm doing this to raise money for competitions. Competitions are expensive. I was doing 12, 15 tournaments a year. And with entry fees, so there's $500 in entry fees. And then gas was, another, let's call it $25 and each. And half of them had to stay overnight, and meals and food. So we were probably talking about $2,500 a year. And this is over 20 years ago that we were doing this. And people started to say yes. And eventually the teachers came to find out, and the school staff came to find out. But they knew I was a good student. I did not get in trouble. And I was very open about why I was doing this. Now, technically, I wasn't supposed to do this. But this was back at a time when people would look the other way if a rule didn't really make sense. I was doing anywhere from $5 to $15 a day. There were weeks, a good week was $50. A bad week was $25. Did it cover everything? No, but it helped a lot. Because remember, I had to buy the candy. I think Jolly Ranchers were like 2 cents a piece, and I was selling them for 5. No, 10. I think I was selling them for 10. Except for the lemon and lime, because nobody wanted those except for Greg Johnson. Greg Johnson was a big fan of the lemon and the apple, the sour apple. And I would end up with a bunch of those on the bottom of the bag, and I would go to Greg, and we would make a deal. I'd sell them to him for half price, sometimes a little bit better. Blow pops were, I want to say, 6 cents, and I sold them for 25. So the margin was good. And I remember one day, Mr. Hughes, who was one of my favorite teachers, he taught psychology and sociology and some history stuff. We ran the numbers on the board, and he showed us all how through compound interest I could sell candy for a few more years, even at the small amounts I was selling it. And I could retire a millionaire just on that money. It was really funny. I was probably on track for to be a businessman anyway, but that conversation definitely helped. My mother's not an entrepreneur, so I saw that at home, but to see somebody talk to me about it. It's funny when I think back, there's the you might think I ate a lot of candy because I was carrying it around, and I didn't. I did not consume my own supply, as the cliche line from hip hop music would go, sort of. But it was an interesting time because people had my back. I was not a popular kid by any stretch. Yet people were seeking me out. They were trying to buy candy during class, and I had to make the rule, no, it's got to be in between classes, because the teachers were getting mad because I'd have an entire class trying to buy candy while they're teaching. That was funny. I haven't thought about that in ages. And then once in a while, I'd get some special candy. I'd go to certain stores and there's one store in particular I remember. It was a candy store. Back when there was not a candy store anymore, there was one near a place that my mom worked. And I'd grab a few things. And the margins were terrible on those because it was retail. But it kind of rounded out the inventory. What's your favorite candy now? I'm more of a baked goods guy. Honestly, sweets are not my thing. Ice cream, if anything. But if you were to put a bunch of candy in front of me, I guess it would be chocolate. For my birthday, I bought a dark chocolate bar with espresso beans, and I ate about half of it at the top of the mountain when I hiked, and I had the rest of it yesterday. There's a crow out back making a very pained sounding noise. Of course, it's a crow, so that's how they always sound. But I don't think chocolate bars when I think candy. What is there something that's more true candy that I like? You know what? As a kid, my favorite were Warheads. I don't know if any of you remember Warheads. They were the ones that the outside was either really hot, spicy, or sour, and it was how seventh grade boys tried to show their machismo. Well, I was able to eat this whole warhead without taking it out of my mouth because we thought we were cool. But now, I don't even really chew gum. You know what? Oh, Frank says Trader Joe's ginger chews. I've had those. Those are good. I would have to say, of all the candy I can imagine that I might eat once in a while, if you were to lay a bunch of it out, and we take chocolate bars out of the mix, as crazy as it is, it'd probably be Werther's Original. And I've always enjoyed those. I like butterscotch. Last night at my friend's for dinner, we did brownie sundaes, and I put butterscotch on. No, caramel. Caramel. I put caramel on top, not chocolate. Right? You don't know. You weren't there. Are there any healthier kinds of candy? I mean, like anything else, depends on the ingredients. You know, Frank, you mentioned Trader Joe's ginger chews. Those are a little better than something that's just straight sugar. Ginger does have some benefits. I think if you're looking for a healthier, so to speak, alternative on anything, candy or whatnot, you look at the ingredients, and yeah, it's candy, so there's going to be sugar, and sugar in limited amounts isn't the end of the world. I'm leaning back because of the cat. She's on my lap, and she's very content. You know, what other ingredients are in there? You know, those ginger candies have ginger. Ginger is good for you. Other healthier. They help me with your unusually sensitive digestive system. Yeah, that's most herbs do. Ginger's not really an herb; it's a root, but it's good stuff. And I'm sure there's other stuff out there like that I'm not thinking of right now. It's cat hair. I'm picking Matt's offer while I'm talking to, which she's an old girl. She doesn't groom herself as well as she should. Because she's an old fuzz, right? Honestly, she's never been good about grooming herself. Have you ever played Candyland or Candy Crush? I don't think I've ever played Candy Crush, but Candyland. Man, I remember that game. Woo. It's one of my favorite games as a kid. I mean, doesn't every kid play Candyland? If not, I mean, that would make me sad. What's better than a game with absolutely no strategy whatsoever? It is randomly decided at the very beginning who's going to win. It's right? Because it's just cards, isn't it? There's no dice in Candyland, right? You draw a card, you go to the next colored square. So based on the shuffle of the deck, it's already determined. But it helps kids learn numbers and colors, and it's good stuff. Maybe we should do a whistlekick board game. What would a martial arts board game look like? I don't know. I know somebody who's really into board games. Maybe I could reach out to them and we could co-develop something. Honestly, that's the first time I've had that thought. It's kind of funny. Oh, you know what else is going on today? Further work on the print version of Martial Journal magazine. Took a look at the writer photographer instructions. They look good. Took a look at the draft of the media kit. Looks great. So that, coupled with the draft of issue 0 that I worked on, we're on to something. This is going to be killer. I'm pumped. I'm very pumped. It's going to be great. Right? Right? Right, Posh? All right. Speaking of great, I'm going to go have a great day. I want you to have a great day. I want you to have a great weekend. And I want you to do something fun for yourself. I want you to find, even if it's 5 minutes, do something unnecessary, something that brings you joy. That's kind of been my new standard in life. What brings me joy? One of the things that's been bringing me joy. I'll show you this. Here, you made it this far into the show. I am putting some computers back together. Now, what's fun about these computers is the newest one is 8 years old. The oldest one, I think, is 12. My computer company built them. But as I'm helping this tax office, which has been a client for 15 years, we're cleaning things out because the office is going virtual. Now, these are all computers that have been retired. They are not being used anymore. So I took them. This isn't any secret or anything. I properly wiped the hard drives, which normally I would be charging them for as their IT consultant, but we traded, and so now I have these computers. I'm consolidating, and the best one was a gaming computer for the owner's son. And despite being 8 years old, it is still monstrously powerful because it was a very expensive computer when it was built. And by consolidating some of these parts, I think I'm going to end up with a computer that is more powerful than the one that I bought 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. It should be faster, and at the very least, I'll have a really nice spare. So that's a project that I've been working on that brings me some joy because it's unnecessary. I don't need this. I've got 5 laptops in the closet as spares. I mean, I've got plenty of computers. But I haven't done anything like this in years. It hasn't changed that much. If you can build a computer, you can build a computer. Same concepts. Now, if you like this show, if you're new, subscribe, turn on notifications. And I'm going to ask all of you, if you're watching this, please leave me at least one question or comment or something at some point, either today or through next week. Frank's doing all the heavy lifting, and I appreciate that. We all appreciate Frank. But the show is more fun when we have more diversity. Give me more stuff to respond to, please. 6:30 a.m. every weekday here on YouTube. Catch it later as a podcast if you want to. And if you want to support the work that we are doing, make a purchase at whistlekick.com. Use the code FIRSTCUP15, or you can support the Patreon, patreon.com/whistlekick. I uploaded the exclusive video and audio episodes yesterday. So you can check those out.
I hope you have a great day. Zuza hopes you have a great day.
And I'll see you back here on Monday. Take care, everybody. Peace.